Hello and welcome to CoreTV News at 7. I am Frank Obmalapia. Here are some of the reports we're filing now. A car bomb went off near the venue of President Goodluck Jonathan's campaign rally in Gombe State. Eyewitnesses says the explosion occurred a few minutes after the rally addressed by the president. Nigerian government officials have confirmed the blast, but say it is too early to know the casualty figure. President Jonathan had earlier postponed his campaign visit to Yobe State on security grounds before opting for Gombe, also in the northeast Nigeria. Against the backdrop of its decision to stay out of presidential debates, the All Progressive Congress has announced a series of town hall meetings. This, according to the Presidential Campaign Organization, is a deliberate strategy for Muhammadu Buhari and his running mate Yemi Osinbajo to interact and speak directly to citizens on the policy thrust of their envisaged administration and how the objectives will be achieved. It says in a statement in Abuja that the town hall meetings kicked off in Lagos on Monday with interaction between Buhari Osinbajo and the organized private sector. Spokesman for the campaign team, Garba Shehu, said the party was compelled to chart the course because of the need for a person-to-person interactive sessions during which pertinent questions will be posed to the candidates and responses provided. The team is slated to be in Kano on Tuesday to interact with traders and market associations before heading for Benin to meet labor and civil society leaders. The campaign spokesman added that the focus of the town hall meeting will then shift to Ibadan, where student and youth groups will engage General Buhari and Yemi Osinbajo, and thereafter move to Enugu and Port Harcourt. The party explains that the idea is to have as many one-on-one sections with Nigeria in the run-up to the February 14 election. Barely 48 hours after the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria declared the suspension of the 8-month-old strike in Rivers State, unknown persons have bombed 3 separate high courts in the Gema, Iziopo, and Port Harcourt areas of the state. The incidents were coordinated and happened almost simultaneously in the wee hours of Monday, just as the State Police Command confirmed that minimal damages were recorded and no life was lost. It was gathered that one of the courts in the Gema was completely razed by unidentified arsonists with many documents burnt beyond recognition. 2 courts in the state were attacked before the judiciary workers embarked on strike on June 10, 2014. And now the recent poll conducted for Anna Foundation by NY Polls Limited shows that a significant number of registered voters in Rivers State are undecided and their choice for governor between the PDP candidate Nyesom Wike and his APC counterpart Dakuko Peter Side. 42% of eligible voters sampled in the course of the survey are either undecided or prefer to be silenced on their choice. The result made available to newsmen in Abuja, however, indicates that Wike is leading other candidates with 35%, with 19% opting for Peter Side. The survey also shows that both candidates have some support from eligible voters across all age groups. Most first-time voters aged between 18 and 21 years are undecided on their choice of candidate according to the poll and may be critical in deciding the outcome of the election. As election debates draw near, the Kwara State government and the opposition, the PDP, have begun trading wars at each other over alleged corruption. A PDP chieftain and the Minister of National Planning, Abubakar Suleiman, has called on the Kwara State government to account for all the federal government allocation released so far for Kwara State. He also challenged the government to account for the Shopee monthly allocation in the state.
Wrong that for every 67 million contract, they collect 1 million from them in the state house. Corruption that is here in Kwara government is what Mr. President has been able to wipe out at the level of fertilizer issuers in this country. These are feasible things. I raised these issues when I addressed Kwarans through the FM radio about 6-7 weeks ago. And up to now, nobody has challenged me or to tell me that what I've said is wrong. And the press are not asking questions. They must be able to answer this question. The corruption going on in Kwara State needs to be addressed. So when you talk of corruption, I think and their flag bearer is talking about wiping away corruption. or jailing some people in Nigeria that are corrupt. I think they will start from APC member, most of whom are from Kwara State.
In a swift reaction, the State Commissioner for Information, Tuji Monofoye, describes the allegation as baseless and unfounded, as he explains that all resources accrued to the state is expended judiciously for the development of Kwara State. He thus challenged the minister to provide the evidence for the allegation, stating further that PDP should come forward with the concrete achievement over the years in office.
Rather unfortunately, what we have is this lack of information, like I said earlier on. When somewhere or something is corrupt, especially when it's with the opposition, I'm sure the EFCC would have swooped in here and made sure that the government was held complete hostage for that period that they are here. And they would have carted away quite a few of us to go and face trial. You know, when these things are happening, you will know that they come directly from the Minister of Planning, because all of these things go to the Debt Management Office. Kwara State has paid off all of its major debts, including the bond that Dr. Bukola Saraki took. The 17 billion bond was paid on the 5th of August, 2014. Everything was completely paid. So the question I want to ask him now is, it is very, very easy to make accusations. Please come, provide the evidence, and then we'll go to court. That is what the law says. But when you wake up and start leveling accusations, then there is a huge problem. The question I need to ask him is this. I'm sure he was campaigning and canvassing for their gubernatorial candidate, Senator S.S. Ajibola. The question is this. Can somebody please tell me? Because I'm from Kwara South, where Senator Ajibola represented for the past 10 years, thereabout. Can he please tell me what he has done for us in Kwara South? I'm rather surprised that a doctor, a PhD holder, like the Minister for Planning, will be making baseless accusations only in the name of politics. Politics will end, and then we'll face each other again on the academic level.
Few days after the signing of a peace accord for peaceful elections in Lagos, a member of the House of Representatives and Lagos West senatorial candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Solomon Adiola, also known as Yayi, has cried out for help over the alleged incessant attacks on his supporters by his People's Democratic Party opponent, Segun Adewale, also known as Aero, the latest of which occurred on Saturday night. He urged the police in the state to address the issue before it gets out of hand. The report. Solomon Olamilekun Adeola, while addressing the press, says he and his supporters have come under constant attacks by his PDP opponent, Segun Adewale, describing the latest attack as a brazen attempt to kill him. He says he was in his office with his campaign team when he heard a volley of gunshots fired from the street as his supporters took to their heels. He added that the security men attached to his office confirmed the presence of Segun Adewale in the midst of the gunmen who attacked his office on Adeni Jones in Ikeja.
I think the story in today's Nation and his Facebook confirmed that emphatically, that he was here to lay complaint about his billboard and the facing of his posters. So that confirmed that yes, Segun Adewale was here in person. And there was another question is, from there, where are they heading to? Jimmy Agbaje was to be honored. As I've said earlier on, I'm less concerned about the PDP. And as such, it should not be my problem if they are having any events here in Ikeja yesterday. But Segun Adewale himself has made it known to the whole world that he was on his way from a campaign from Ajiromi Felodo and chose to pass through my office, and that he stopped in front of my office, and all other evidences are there. The back of my Land Cruiser Jeep was there. The window of my offices that was shot at was there. The gates was there. And these are the cartridges that was shot by Segun Adewale and his team while they were here yesterday.
According to him, the incident has been reported to the police and investigations are on by the police. He, however, expressed his surprise and disappointment at the duplicity of the PDP candidate in his rebuttal of the attack.
Already yesterday, I've called him and he has sent his men, the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operation, and the Deputy and the DPO, Ikeja Division and Mine Division. They were here yesterday, and some team of investigators to collect statement and information from us. We have followed the rules. We have abided by the Constitution, and we have chosen to follow the path of peace. And I pray and I hope that this time around the police will not be treating this matter with a kid glove. If it is true, they are sincere with having a very peaceful and non-violent election.
Segun Adewale, however, on his Facebook page says the alleged attack was an attempt on his life while returning from a campaign rally at Ajeromi Felodo through Adeni Jones, and also expressed surprise at what he described as a twisting of the facts. While both sides continue to point fingers at each other, investigations will reveal what actually happened on Saturday night. And now, with less than 2 weeks to the general elections, the Edo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has warned the ruling party in the state, the All Progressive Congress, to stop the constant and provoked attacks on its members, saying that such unwarranted attack will no longer be condoned. State chairman of the party, Dan Obi, made this disclosure in his response to an attack on 11 buses conveying members of his party to its mega rally at Umukwonokwa in Orioma local government area of the state. Here's the report.
Dan Obi, while addressing the large crowd of party members at the rally in the communities of 12 wards, says PDP members have once again been attacked by suspected APC thugs along Urumehe community, where the Deputy Governor Pius Ubudu, an APC member, hails from. He added that the members of the party were on their way to attend the rally from Ibanke, where they were attacked.
We are attacked at the Deputy Governor's village. Let me say it here. Let this be the last time that APC members will attack members of PDP for any reason. We are law-abiding party members, but there is a limit. We will take this insult. But for now, we are going to report this particular incident to the police, and we expect them to take action.
Earlier, the party chairman called on the people to vote for President Goodluck Jonathan and all the PDP candidates in the state, saying they will not be disappointed. He emphasized a vote for Muhammadu Buhari will spell doom for the nation.
Under Buhari, we have decree number 4. There was no freedom of speech, and he will reintroduce decree number 4 as president. That is why we have come up powerfully to reject Muhammadu Buhari. For President Goodluck Jonathan, raise your hand.
The Ohionwan people who displayed their PVCs signified their preparedness for the upcoming election, just as more APC members and leaders decamped to the PDP. Dan Obi, in his welcome to the new PDP members, faulted Adams Oshomole for his leadership and administration style.
He has not shown enough that he's from Orioma. Everything went there to say, Oshomole the carrier go Iyabo. Which one is pre-come Orioma? Orioma, under Oshomole, we have not got water, we have got light, students get scholarship, students get bursary. This Oshomole must go.
Meanwhile, APC State Publicity Secretary Godwin Eraho says the PDP allegation is nothing but a smear campaign against the Deputy Governor.
You're watching the CoreTV News at 7. We'll take a short break now. We'll be back with more stories after this time out. Stay with us.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election,
How ironical. Women being so powerful yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a way, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
If you're just joining us, this is CoreTV News at 7, broadcasting live from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria. For more information on our news and other programs, like our Facebook page is facebook.com/CoreTV News. You can as well follow us at CoreTV News NG. And our YouTube page is www.youtube.com/CoreTV. Leave a space, then news. And now Boko Haram insurgents have, for the second time in 2 weeks, launched an attack on Maiduguri, the Borno state capital. But like the first attempt, troops backed by fighter jets repelled the attack. Members of the local vigilante group, the civilian JTF, were also part of the initiative that pushed back the invaders. Local residents say scores of Boko Haram members were killed during the battle that raged for hours. Defense headquarters has since confirmed that the terrorists suffered heavy casualties through its Twitter feed. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party has praised the gallantry of officers and men of the Nigerian Armed Forces in repelling the insurgents in Borno and other troubled states in the northeast. PDP National Publicity Secretary Olisametu said in a statement in Abuja that the members of the armed forces have shown exceptional patriotism in risking their lives to protect those of other citizens and intensifying efforts to ensure that the nation is rid of terrorist activities. He also condoled with the families of the victims of the attack while also comforting the displaced and the wounded and prayed God to restore the enduring peace in the country. The presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Muhammadu Buhari, on Sunday denied the newspaper's report that he will subject the military and other arms of government to probes if elected in the February 14 election. Buhari made this clarification through a statement signed by Garba Shehu of the Directorate of Media and Publicity, APC Presidential Campaign Organization. The retired military general, however, said his administration will deal with all cases of impunity and corruption, no matter who is involved. It also quoted Buhari as saying that he is passionately concerned about the conditions of the armed forces at the moment. Buhari, according to statement, lamented that despite huge budgetary allocations, the country has failed to effectively deal with security threats, including the Boko Haram terrorism. And now the federal government has given approval to the police for the acquisition of 2,564 vehicles to enhance security operations during the forthcoming general elections. Vice President Amadi Sambo, while speaking at the launching of 263 patrol vehicles for the police at the Eagle Square, Abuja, also appealed to the party supporters to shun violence during the polls. Sambo, who represented President Goodluck Jonathan, says the procurement of the vehicle is aimed at boosting the capacity of the Nigerian police force to effectively deliver on its mandate. Speaking earlier, the Inspector General of Police, Sulaiman Abba, says approval for 2,564 operational vehicles was given by the President, but the first batch of the patrol cars comprising 170 Nissan, 129 and 50 Nissan patrol vehicles, 10 Toyota double cabin armor patrol vans were also distributed among other armored personnel carriers at the one being commissioned first. While the Nigerian police force has continued its effort aimed at bringing professionalism to the force with the graduation of 301 officer cadets as ICT professionals after training. The graduating officers, 213 ASPs and 88 inspectors have spent a year at the Police College of Information Technology, Abeokuta, Ogun State. Details of the report.
The Inspector General of Police, Suleiman Abba, represented by the DIG, Ashimad Agungu, in his address to the graduates, says Nigerian police, which is currently facing security challenges through the activities of insurgents and terrorists, has taken the step to rise to the challenge through development of capacity, like the training of officers in information, communication and technology, proficiency and use.
President, I can say with confidence and pride that despite the threats and challenges confronting the Nigerian police still remains stronger, safer and more respected in the field of security. However, we still face very serious threats. As we have in recent week with insurgents, there are still terrorists who are challenged to police officers and men that you need to be ready for the full ranges of threats. It is from the conventional to the unconventional to the cell of terrorists planning the next attack, from the dangers of robbery, kidnapping to the new threat of cyber and other crimes and criminality. We must be vigilant.
Police Affairs Minister Abdul Jalil Adesina, while congratulating the graduates, says the art of policing has gone digital and Nigerian police force cannot afford to be left behind. He assured Nigerians that the police will handle the forthcoming general elections with professionalism.
Policing has gone digital, and as a member of the global village, the Nigerian police force cannot be left behind.
He added the president is committed to a free, fair and violence-free election.
The president has repeatedly declared that, quote, my political ambition does not worth the shedding of the blood of any citizen of this country. Mr. President has humbly demonstrated in word and action his unalloyed commitment to peaceful and violence-free election for this country.
He urged the political class to embrace peace before, during and after the elections.
Jamaatul Nasrul Islam has urged former Niger Delta militant Tom Polo and Asari Dokubo to desist from heating up the polity ahead of the February 14 election. General Secretary of the Islamic group, Khalid Abubakar Aliyu, said at a news conference in Kaduna that the atmosphere is becoming charged because of the war threats made by the duo. JNI added that clashes between rival political supporters and other incidents of political violence are also creating a tense atmosphere similar to what was witnessed in 2011. The group, however, advised all stakeholders involved in the search for peace to step up their initiatives. The All Progressive Congress says the DSS and the police are guilty of double standard and lack of fairness following their silence on the war threat by two ex-militants Asari Dokubo and government Ekpemopolo. In a statement issued in Lagos by its National Publicity Secretary La Mohammed, the party said it is insightful to note that the same security agencies that reacted with hysteria to the harmless comments by Governor Rotimi Amechi have suddenly lost their voices when the ex-militant threatened to wage war on the nation. APC said the implication of the conspiracy of inaction by the DSS and the police is that under the administration of President Jonathan, there are different rules for different Nigerians, wondering how the security agencies can be trusted to provide a level playing ground for all political parties before, during and after the forthcoming general elections. The party said that the silence is also license for lawlessness and responsibility for the supporters of President Goodluck Jonathan. Outside Nigeria now, Egypt state media and security officials have disclosed that an Egyptian court has ordered the deportation of a jailed Al Jazeera reporter Peter Greste to his native Australia. The security officials also confirmed that Greste is already out of Egypt and on his way to Australia. A Cairo airport official also says the journalist boarded an Egypt air flight to Lakana, Cyprus, that took off shortly after 1600 local time on Sunday. Greste spent 400 days behind bars in Egypt after being sentenced to 7 years in prison for allegedly aiding the Muslim Brotherhood group blacklisted as a terrorist organization by Egyptian authorities in a case that sparked international outcry. Well, and that's a wrap on CoreTV News at 7. Many thanks for watching. I am Frank Omalape. Don't forget, join us at 9:45 for our primetime bulletins. Thank you for watching.